Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today we're here in Belfast, the capital of Northern Ireland.
We're super excited to be in Belfast because we've never been here before. I think today we're mostly just going to walk around, explore, and of course we're going to eat as always. When researching alternative or hipster cities in the UK, Belfast always came up. So I think there's going to be some cool bars and street art, which I'm very excited about. And of course the Titanic was built here as well, so that makes it even more interesting. Can't wait to see what Belfast has to offer, but let's start with some breakfast.
We came here to Blinkers Belfast, which has all-day breakfast. This place has actually been around since the 60s. I think it says 1969. It looks super retro inside, super cute, but we decided to eat outside because obviously it's a lot more noisy in there and there's a ton of people. So what we have here is a full soda. So I'm sure you're wondering why we came to Belfast and we didn't order an Ulster fry. But I need to tell you that we actually do have a food video coming up next where we do try one along with a bunch of other Irish food. We've been filming it in the midst of this first impressions video, so make sure that you check that out next week. But for now, let's start with this full soda. We got ours with bacon and egg. You can also order it with sausage or both. We didn't want to start our day too heavy because we have a lot of food coming today as well. I also ordered it with a coffee. Let's try this. Now you can obviously top it with ketchup or brown sauce. Anya doesn't like brown sauce, so we just went with ketchup. Look at that. Wow. That is absolutely amazing. The bread is crispy on the bottom, but soft on the top. The egg is nice and runny. The bacon gives it that nice saltiness. And then you have obviously a little bit of the sweetness from the ketchup that we put on. This is incredible. And I know Anya's gonna love this one.
Now soda bread is very, very popular in Northern Ireland. It's made with soda instead of yeast, and they cook it in a griddle or a frying pan. A lot of times it comes in like triangles and then it's called a farl. Basically with every breakfast you get this bread, and so far I've been loving it. So I'm excited for this. That is so good. That bread is so soft and fluffy. So much better than a breakfast butty or whatever in other parts of the UK. I think the whole UK should get this bread. Why? For the whole world. Why doesn't the whole world have this bread? It's so good. It's kind of crispy. It's like fried bread on the sides and then super, super fluffy, and you can like push it and then it kind of stays like that. It's almost like memory foam. It's like so good.
A little memory foam mattress.
This is such a good start to the day.
What's amazing about this is that this full soda is only £5. With the coffee together, it's £7. So that is a very cheap breakfast. Belfast can be a little bit expensive at times, but it doesn't have to be, especially if you go to places like this. And this is definitely some great food.
This was delicious. I think we're definitely going to come back here while we're in Belfast. But now we're going to check out a local market hall and hopefully get even more delicious food.
More snacks, more snacks.
Snacks! We're now at the St. George Market, which I think was finished in 1896. It's only open on weekends, including Friday though. It has lots of stalls, food obviously, produce and vintage items. I don't know, we'll see what it has. But I think in 2023 it was labeled the best large indoor market in the UK. So that's pretty exciting.
But we're just here for the food. But it does look really cool, really old school. So I'm excited to peruse these aisles and see what we can find.
I always love how you can get samples at the markets, and I got a piece of cannoli and it's green, so it's probably pistachio. We said chocolate and it's white chocolate. Yummy. There's a stand here that's super famous and popular, I think. We read about it online. It's called the Belfast Bap. and basically they give you these massive stacked sandwiches. There's like this much bacon on it. You can also get the potato pancakes or soda fowls. We already had breakfast. They do look amazing. So if you come here hungry, you should try the stand out. I think usually there's like super long lines as well. It looks delicious.
We got another free sample at a place called Load of Balls, which I guess they sell these protein balls, but they're covered in chocolate and sweets. I don't know which version this is, but they had a bunch of free samples, just like the other place. It's delicious. It's like peanut butter and white chocolate, but I guess it has protein in it too.
Now you're gonna get all messy? So there's so many different stalls. There's obviously very local products, and then they also have food items from like Mexico or like, and obviously burgers and more like modern cuisine. But everything seems like super privately owned and homemade, so it's really cool. All these stands look really awesome. We went to this place called Bowled Over, and I got a sun-dried tomato and goat cheese muffin, savory muffin. It smells so good. It smells like pesto. Let's see. So moist inside. That is so yummy. And the goat cheese is so punchy. Delicious. I love markets like this.
They also have a coffee shop inside of the market, and it's called Drop Hopper Coffee. And they had a special latte on, and it was a honeycomb latte. So I had to get it as soon as I saw that. It smells good. It's delicious. I wouldn't say that it tastes strongly of honey or anything like that, but it's definitely a good latte. Let me try this thing now. It looks pretty good. It's funny, when I saw those clumps of white inside, I thought it was just like unmixed flour. Then I was like, oh yeah, this is a goat cheese muffin. You can really taste the sun-dried tomato, and of course you can taste that sharp goat cheese. I like the pumpkin seeds on top as well. Yeah, this is really good. Good combination as well. We now came to a place called Chowder Up Seafood. We found something very unique that we had to try. Ani came across this, and it was Irish potato bread fries. Now, that sounded too unique to pass up, so we had to get it. You could choose a bunch of different sauces on top. Ani chose a lemon tartar sauce. Sounds very good. They're steaming hot out of the fryer, so let's try not to burn ourselves here. Okay, I got one. I'm so excited for this. Oh my, that is so good, so unique. It does taste almost like a French fry, but it's more chewy and bouncy. And the tartar sauce on top has like a very sharp lemon taste, nice and creamy. That is so good. I know that you're gonna love these as well.
So potato bread is something Irish people usually eat with their fry up in the morning. It's delicious. So I'm sure this will be amazing. That sauce is so yummy. And yeah, like you can tell that it's potato bread, but at the same time it's also very similar to French fries, but just better.
Yeah.
And it's not greasy. It almost feels like maybe a bit healthier than French fries. I don't know. I mean, he did put it in the fryer. That's yummy. Such a good idea. Obviously, you can't come to Belfast without going to the Titanic Museum, or it's actually called the Titanic Experience. It's quite expensive. We're normally not museum people, but I did hear that this one is supposed to be amazing, and I'm actually quite excited because Titanic has always been something that I've been fascinated with. I used to play that game, the video game Titanic Race Against Time, I think it was called. So I'm super excited. It cost £24.50, quite a lot for us budget travelers. I don't know if we can film inside. I don't really think we want to, because I think there's just going to be too much to see, too much to do. I think there's even a ride inside, but we're going to maybe show a few clips and then talk about it after.
Let's go. So we just got out of the Titanic Museum, which was a lot of fun, but it was absolutely packed. So pro tip, but obvious tip, do not go on a weekend and certainly do not go on a holiday. We went on Easter weekend and it was absolutely packed. They have some sort of ride in the middle of the museum where you take a little cable car. It goes through the ship and explains like the building process and all these things. And there was like they claimed 45-minute wait for this ride. It only ended up being closer to like 20 minutes. It's still really cool. It was obviously very informational and it has all different sorts of parts in the museum, but I'll let Anya talk a little bit about that.
They had a bunch of different interactive things, like obviously there was a ride, there was stuff that you could press, and they showed all the names of people that died and survived, and you were hearing voices of survivors and things like that. So it was all pretty cool. I did think it would be a bit more of an experience, and I thought maybe there would be like a performance. I don't know, people dressed up acting or something. It was still pretty good, but definitely I would recommend come on a Monday morning or something like that. When you buy a ticket, you have to choose a slot online, and I thought that would mean that therefore there's always a controlled amount of people in the building and everything goes really fast, but it wasn't the case today, so that was a bit of a shame. But it was still good. And now we're on the SS Nomadic, because with the ticket you get entry to the tender boat of the Titanic, which is the last remaining boat, I think, by White Star Lines. That's pretty cool because you can kind of see how things used to look back then. And even here you have like first class, second class, third class, and you can walk around on the boat and it's pretty cool.
We'd be third class.
Definitely.
Definitely the best part about the museum was the interactive kind of sections. There was this one section where there was a projector that projected 3 images on each of the wall, or 3 videos, and you got a virtual tour of the Titanic. It was honestly almost a little nauseating because it was giving you a view of the ship everywhere you went, and it would go level by level until you reached the absolute top of the ship where the captain would have been. That part was really, really cool, but I do wish they had a little bit more of that. Other than that, it was like kind of a typical museum, but it was still fun, and I think it's worth a visit if you're coming to Belfast.
If you do want a good tour of the Titanic, like I mentioned before, you should play the game Titanic Adventure Out of Time. Best game ever.
It's like from the 90s, so...
It's like you have to play it on Windows 90 or whatever. It was out back then. No, it's the best game. If you know it, let me know in the comments.
We'd like to take a quick moment to talk about something super important while traveling to other countries, and that is the need for the right insurance to cover emergencies. For the past 5 years, Anya and I have relied on SafteyWing travel medical insurance, and we couldn't be more satisfied. SafteyWing's Nomad insurance is tailored for frequent travelers and digital nomads like us. It provides continuous coverage in over 180 countries. It's affordable and operates like a subscription that can be automatically extended every 4 weeks with the flexibility to cancel anytime.
Over the past few years, I actually visited doctors in several different countries, including Hungary and Malaysia, numerous times. Each time I was able to choose the clinics that I preferred. SafteyWing's claims process was very straightforward and efficient, and I was always reimbursed for the treatments I received, including medications, consultations with specialists, and diagnostic tests such as x-rays and even MRIs. Nomad insurance also covers other things such as lost luggage and travel delays, which makes it the ideal insurance for travelers like us. Be sure to check out the link in our description box, but for now, let's return to exploring Belfast.
We just walked past this market hall called Smithfield Market, and we had to go inside. It's super cool. There's all these vintage shops. There's this old toy store, record store, comic book shop, vintage clothing shops.
Yeah, there's also all these army surplus kind of stores and weird things, carpets. There's also a little cafe in here as well, so it's a pretty cool spot.
We're now at the Botanic Gardens, and you can basically walk here within 20-something minutes from the city center, if it's not raining. And it's beautiful, it's free, It was established in 1828, and they have a palm house here and a glass house, which is made out of curved iron and something else.
Glass?
Yeah, and the palm house has exotic plants in it, so I want to see that one.
Yeah.
But so far it looks really, really nice, because not every botanic garden is beautiful, but this one seems to be really, really beautiful, probably because it gets so much water all the time from the rain.
Yeah, that's why Ireland in general is so green.
Yeah. We're now in the palm house, and it's super, super hot in here.
Yeah.
Definitely tropical.
It's like Jurassic Park. There's all these massive plants with these big leaves, and it's very, very humid, and there's all these plants that I've never even seen in my life. I don't know, it even feels like being back in Southeast Asia. It's really cool.
Yeah, it gives us a taste of the future.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a spoiler. Oh, it smells so good in here. Fresh flowers. And it's beautiful. Springtime. We are now at the Ulster Museum, which is next to the Botanic Gardens. Apparently it holds treasures of Northern Ireland from both past and present. So I think we're going to check it out for a couple of minutes and see what's inside.
And this museum is free. It has art, history, and everything, so you should definitely not miss it.
Apparently it has dinosaurs too.
Upstairs.
Let's find them.
We just walked down the street and we walked past the Queen's University of Belfast, and it looks crazy. It looks like it should be like Hogwarts. Apparently it was founded in 1845 and is one of the top 200 universities in the world. And this is the type of university you want to go to when you're like a foreign student.
It looks like Professor X's school for gifted children from like X-Men. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's so posh and old school looking. Incredible architecture. So cool.
I have to say, so far, I really love Belfast. I'm so surprised, especially because it has such an alternative vibe. Wherever you turn, there's street art behind us. Every corner you turn, there's beautiful artwork. Not just people scribbling on the walls, but real artists, yeah. And also so many cool bars, and I just keep seeing bars and I'm like, I want to go there, I want to go there. And then there's vintage shops, and it's just really, really our vibe.
We haven't seen much of Ireland yet in general. We've only been to Dublin so far. This makes us want to see more of the whole island of Ireland in general, because Belfast is really cool so far. If you have any other suggestions of places that we should see in Ireland, please let us know, because so far, so good.
And I think when you take the UK and Ireland together, Belfast is probably in the top 3 for me when it comes to cities, or top 5, I don't know, but at the top. It's amazing. Now we're gonna walk back and have some dinner. Let's have some Irish food.
Time to eat. We're now with the Thirsty Goat for some drinks and dinner. We actually were originally planning on going to a different place called McHugh's. Apparently McHugh's is the oldest surviving building in Belfast, dating all the way back to 1711. But when we went in there, it was very busy, it was packed, it was dark, and the woman actually kind of told us, we have no room for you, so maybe you should go to this other place. And it turns out that Thirsty Goat is the sister bar or sister restaurant of McHugh's. She just sent us here, and they pretty much have the exact same menu, so it's fine. It's actually a lot better in here. It is still busy, but it's nice and bright for us to film, so that's nice. So anyways, what I have here is the Thirsty Goat IPA, which I guess is made in-house here, so let's try it out. delicious. Bitter, hoppy, like an IPA should be. Yeah, good way to start the meal. We are very excited to eat because we're starving.
So the first meal that we're gonna eat, it's called an Irish Boxty, which seems to be a potato pancake. It looks a lot different than what I expected because it's really thick. I thought it was gonna be thin, kind of like a German potato pancake. I don't know if it's kind of rolled, but it comes with beef brisket and onion rings. There was other options, I think chicken and some sausage one or something. But this looks delicious, and it has like some peppercorn sauce or something. So the potato is very thick. It's not really a potato pancake. It looks a lot different than it did online. That sauce is so peppery. The meat's really soft, divine, but the potato pancake, it's not really a pancake at all. It just seems like potato, like a bit more grainier mash. So, I don't know. I want it like in the photos. It's very tasty though. But is this how it is? Is this how people eat it at home?
Yeah, this definitely does not look like the pictures that you see of a boxty. Usually it looks like a lot more flat, like potato pancake, as Sonny said. But this seems like it's like a big ball of mashed potato that's maybe fried or something like that with everything on top. But I don't know. Still looks delicious. That pepper sauce is delicious. That is so peppery, very rich, savory. I want to try one of these onion rings as well. I mean, it's an onion ring. It's delicious. This is really good. Not quite what I expected, so you'll have to let us know in the comments. Does this look like a normal boxty, or is this some kind of bastardization of a normal one? Let us know. Next up is the Irish stew. And I feel like you can't have a Belfast first impressions video if you don't feature some lamb and Irish stew. It's basically one of the most popular dishes in all of Ireland and Northern Ireland, I'm pretty sure. This looks absolutely amazing. I don't think I've ever seen an Irish stew that comes with these massive, full chunks of potato like this. It also looks like it has a bunch of different other root vegetables like carrots, maybe parsnips or other things like that, and this thick gravy. And of course, big chunks of lamb. All right, let's try this. All right, this looks burning hot. That is absolutely delicious. Super meaty, super savory. It has those nice soft root vegetables as well. We actually had another Irish stew in our food video, which is coming up next week. So make sure you stay tuned for that because we tried lots of amazing Irish food there as well. But yeah, this is absolutely delicious.
This is the biggest portion ever, and I don't know why we have like a million potatoes. I was trying to order the kids portion from the kids menu, but it didn't let me because I don't look like a child anymore, apparently. This one is so thick.
I know, right?
I didn't even get any lamb though, but the stew, the sauce, tastes super, super lamby as well. I wish there was more lamb. I did read that in a review as well. Somebody said they wish there was less potatoes and more lamb in here, and this one didn't come with wheaten bread. I think a lot of other restaurants, and also when we did the food tour, we got wheaten soda bread. The bread is still pretty good, and the butter is delicious. But this is very good, but I think there's better stews.
Yeah,
Irish
I agree.
stews.
The other one was better.
Yeah, but still very, very good. And probably one of like the best kind of stews out there. Like it's way better than like a vegetable or chicken soup or whatever. Like it's so good. And I have an Irish cider. It's called Magners. I've had this before. I think this is technically from the Republic of Ireland, but very appley. So orange. Delicious. So now we came to the beer garden of the Thirsty Goat, which is really cool. There's all these lights and there's a goat in the middle, and it's a lot more like a chill outdoor vibe, which is pretty awesome.
Overall, the food was pretty good. Everything tasted delicious, but we have to say that we were a little bit disappointed because with this boxty, we were definitely expecting a pancake type of situation, which we definitely did not get. What we got was more like a ball of champ, like mashed potatoes with green onion. So we were a bit disappointed with that, but you'll have to let us know in the comments. Is this a version of a boxty? I don't know, because the waitress told us that a boxty could differ from region to region. I don't know if that's true or not, but she was really nice. All the employees were nice, and this part of the restaurant is really, really cool. So overall, definitely still a good experience, and I would still visit again.
When you come to Belfast, you should definitely visit the Belfast City Hall. We were just inside and it's really, really beautiful. It was actually finished in 1908, and there's a connection between the City Hall and the Titanic because the guy who was behind the idea of building this one was also behind building the Titanic. Many of the people who built the Titanic also built the City Hall, and apparently the entrance hall actually looks quite similar to some of the lounges in the Titanic, so you actually get an insight into what the Titanic looked like because a lot of the carving is similar. So that was pretty cool. It looked so stunning. And it's free to go inside, so you should definitely do that.
When we travel, we try not to do too much research in a place before we go because we also like to be surprised sometimes. And this City Hall is something that absolutely surprised us. It is absolutely beautiful on the outside and also on the inside. The sculptures, the marbling, the incredible stained glass windows on the inside. It is freaking amazing. I did not know what to expect, but I don't think I've ever seen a City Hall quite like this in my life. It is absolutely stunning and definitely a must-see if you come to Belfast.
And apparently it cost £369,000 to build the City Hall, which in today's day would be £128 million. So it was a very, very, very big project back then.
It's a lot of money.
Whenever the weather is really nice, Belfast is actually quite walkable, and they also have pretty good public transport. They have this glider bus that looks like a tram, which is really cool. You can also take the hop-on, hop-off city tour bus, which is pretty similar to all the other ones in other cities. It's £20 though, which is really expensive, but we were hanging out outside the bus basically next to the City Hall, and a really nice Scottish couple came over to us and they asked us if we wanted to take their ticket because it's an all-day ticket. We get to go on the bus and see the whole tour, and it takes you to all these different places, and some that we hadn't seen yet, like the prison and also the Peace Wall, which I guess is the wall that used to divide the Catholics and the Protestants, because there used to be quite a big conflict here. So that was pretty cool. And if you're interested in politics anyway, I think you can also take the Black Cab tour, which takes you around all those spots and teaches you more about politics when it comes to Belfast. So I kind of wanted to do that, but we didn't have the time for that, but yeah. Of course, when you come to Belfast, you have to come to an Irish pub. And we came to Kelly's Cellars, which has been around since March 14th, 1720. And it's super old inside. It looks really, really old school. It's one of the oldest pubs left in Belfast. And I got a Rockshore Irish lager. We also got some Bushmills whiskey, because you have to drink some whiskey. And today's the day before Good Friday, so it's popping everywhere. Like, I think everyone got out of work and now is like celebrating for Easter.
The sun also has come out. Finally.
Yeah, the sun has come out, and this is a really cool area. Like, you stand outside and drink and celebrate with people.
So what do we say?
I got to say it. Sláinte. Can I get another sip? Yeah, this said like super refreshing or something on the thing. Yeah, I like it. It's very bubbly.
Even though the sun has come out, it's still a bit chilly outside, but that certainly hasn't stopped everybody from coming out in droves. They actually have this massive outdoor area with all this outdoor seating as well. And we're just sitting here drinking off of some kegs, which is pretty cool. I have a Bushmills whiskey and a Smithwick's red ale. So I guess I'm double fisting right now. I'm gonna try the beer first. That's delicious. Unlike any other beer that I've had on this trip so far, and I absolutely love red ales, so it's definitely a nice change of pace. But let's try this Bushmills. Bushmills is actually from Northern Ireland, apparently, in Northern Ireland. We actually wanted to go to that area where it's produced, but we just don't have enough time, so this will have to do. Oh yeah, Sláinte. That is so smooth, so easy to drink. Even for you, for Anya, you'll have no problem with this. Wow. I'm surprised at how smooth that is. This is delicious. But if I had to choose one, I'd go with my whiskey.
Strong. What I really like about this bar too is there's like fiddle Irish music and stuff outside. So it's really, really nice atmosphere. And people are very nice.
We now have a wee pint of Guinness that the bartender gave us. This was recommended by our buddy Niall, who we were talking to earlier here at this bar. Apparently, Kelly's Cellars has the best pint of Guinness in the city, according to him. We got ourselves a Guinness. Before we end this video, Sláinte. I'm not even joking. This is One of the best pints of Guinness that I've ever had, no doubt. But we had a great time here in Belfast. If you did like this video, please like the video, give us a comment and follow along because we have a lot more videos coming from Belfast, including our food video and all sorts of other ones. But that is it. So we will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.